With a new Prime Minister in Downing Street, questions are turning to what Britain's foreign policy will mean for ASEAN, Asia and the world. The first clues have emerged from the new Foreign Secretary's first overseas trip to the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting in Manila. Stuart Smith filed this report for CNA from London.
Over the past decade, there's been a new British Foreign Secretary on average every year. It's now experienced Government Minister Ed Miliband's chance to take on the role. Just hours after being appointed on the 20th of July, he took a 16-hour flight to the Philippines to join the world's foreign ministers at ASEAN.
I felt it was very, very important to come straight to the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting as a sign of our solidarity with ASEAN countries and of the importance we attach to this partnership.
There, the UK and ASEAN nations adopted a new 5-year strategy to boost trade, build green energy links and strengthen regional security between Britain and Southeast Asia. The gathering also gave Britain's new Foreign Secretary an early chance to engage with China. One of his first bilateral meetings was with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, who urged Britain to provide Chinese companies operating in the UK with a, quote, fair, equitable and non-discriminatory business environment and avoid imposing security implications on economic and trade issues. The UK government under Keir Starmer recently nationalised British Steel after the company's Chinese owners moved to shut the plant's blast furnaces. Jingyi Group is seeking compensation. Analysts say the issue is unlikely to change the new government's broader approach to Beijing.
I believe he'll follow a managed interdependent strategy because he wants to reindustrialize the United Kingdom and he sees some opportunities to engage with China from this perspective.
Further clues to Andy Burnham's view on Beijing may be found from a meeting with China's Consul General, where earlier this year, as Mayor of Manchester, a Chinese readout reported Burnham wanted, quote, more solid results in cooperation in areas such as green development, electric buses, advanced manufacturing and life sciences. While China may be Britain's most complex relationship in Asia, India is increasingly one of its most important economic partners. The new government is expected to continue London's recent push to deepen trade ties and build on the UK-India Free Trade Agreement that came into force in mid-July. Yet Britain's relationships in Asia do not exist in isolation. Any shift towards China or India will also have to be weighed against the priorities of its closest ally, the United States.
Andy Burnham will have to strike up a new relationship with President Trump and other leading members of the administration in a way that Keir Starmer is seen in the UK as having done rather well at, despite his lack of success in domestic policies.
Despite being publicly critical of Donald Trump's leadership in the past, as Prime Minister, Andy Burnham's off to a good start. The US President said their first phone call was interesting and went very well. Maintaining that relationship will be key, not just for London's ties with Washington, but for how much room the UK has to pursue its ambitions across Asia. For CNA, I'm Stuart Smith in London.